Hey there, this is Stacy Reed with Domain Realty. I just wanted to send a video. Never done it before, so this is my first. Be kind to me. But I wanted to just quickly bring you up to speed on the real estate changes that are happening in my industry, and wanted to let you know that it affects everybody all over the country. It affects every state, and not just me, and not just in Southwest Florida. So these rules apply to everyone. If you're a buyer or a seller, it affects everyone. So just a couple things that you'll want to know the next time you go to buy or sell a property. As a seller, you will sign a listing agreement. In the past, it's always been X percentage, and then you allowed us to share that commission with a buyer's broker if they brought the buyer to purchase your property. Anymore, you don't have to do that. You are not required to offer a buyer broker compensation. You were never required to before, but now they're basically telling you in the contract you don't have to do it. And we're also not allowed to mention any sort of compensation in the MLS for any property. We're not allowed to offer concessions. We're not allowed to offer commissions to other agents in the MLS, which is a big change for us realtors. So now we have to actually call everybody just to find out if they're offering one. And for the buyers, when it comes time for you to want to take a look at a property, hey Stace, I just flew into town, I want to take a look at this property or 100 properties, that's fine, but going forward, we're going to need to have a showing agreement or a buyer broker agreement signed prior to me walking you in through a front door. And those agreements are, like the showing agreement is like a one-time showing. It has to spell out each address that I take you into. And if you buy any of those properties on that list, then there's a commission that will be owed to me as the buyer's broker. And it spells out who is going to, how that is going to be paid. And the way that it's changing now is that the agreement, the showing agreement and the buyer broker agreement says that the buyer is required to pay that at closing if the seller is not offering a broker compensation. So let me say that again. The showing agreement and the buyer's broker agreement say that the buyer will be paying the commission if the seller is not willing to pay it at closing. We will know, because I have to call every agent now before I show a property, whether the seller is offering a broker compensation. So you will know prior to seeing the property whether there is a compensation on the table or not, and you will know through the negotiations who is paying the commission and who is not before you agree to anything. So don't freak out. This is not something that you know, we can't handle. It just takes a lot more legwork on our end to find out who's paying what and who's going to be expected to pay the commission at closing. So those are some of the big changes that we are now having to follow. They're big procedure changes. Again, it happens, it's the same for everybody. And I don't want you to freak out. I mean, everyone seems to be up in arms over it. And we've been putting these practices and procedures into place over the last month, and it's fine. It takes a little bit more explaining, and it takes more conversation, and everything is negotiable now. It was always negotiable, but apparently not everybody knew that. So now it's law that it's negotiable. But anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. It is much easier to have this conversation and explain things over the phone than it is to do it in an email or text message. So feel free to call me anytime, and I'd love to hear from you. Let me know when you're back in town, and if you want to see anything while you're in town, that's great, but I'm gonna have to send you my showing agreement in advance. Okay, we'll talk soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's a little bit longer than I expected, but hopefully you got something out of it. Have a great day. Bye.